It is very important to properly treat inflation in investment analysis. Why? Because both cash flows and interest rates or discount rates should be in the same terms consistently. So what options do we have there? First, cash flows can be in real terms or in constant dollar. What does it mean? If we have let's say, in a period, in a base period, we have evaluated that something costs 10 euros, then we assume it's the same over the years. So inflation doesn't affect this valuation. So constant dollar, constant price, a real value of a project is expressed. And here we kind of exclude inflation from our analysis. Then we can do it in nominal terms or current dollar. Here would be if we have in the first period something worth 10 euros, then in the first period it would be already 10.1, depending on the inflation rate, 10.2, etc. So you see already difference in the cash flows, but what is important is to have the same interest rate. So usually interest rates are given to us in the nominal terms. It could be, I don't know, loan rate or risk-free rate or bond yield. It's all already includes inflation effect. How do we convert it into real terms? Well, there is a formula. We basically exclude inflation from there. But for interest rates, it's done in a little bit different way. So 1 plus discount nominal divided by 1 plus inflation minus 1. And there we get discount real. So if you're working with real cash flows, remember to convert your discount rate into real terms. And if you are using inflation and evaluating cash flows in nominal terms, then it's okay to use given interest rates. Which one to prefer? Well, usually it doesn't matter which one is convenient. Basically both methods provide the same results, and I'll demonstrate it on a simple case. But I think that easier is making evaluation in real terms, because you usually have a lot of different cash flows like revenues, costs, but discount rate is just one. It's easier to convert just discount rate. But sometimes you might prefer making evaluation in nominal terms. Why? For example, if some cost experts have already given you information including inflation effect, or, for example, if you have different cash flows and those different cash flows are changing with different inflation rates, and if you want to capture this effect in the valuation, then you use calculation in nominal terms. So remember, either real or nominal terms.
So our cash flows are in real constant terms, but our discount rate is nominal. So what do we need in here is to convert nominal discount rate into real discount rate. How do we do that? Again, it's 1 plus nominal discount rate divided by 1 plus inflation and minus 1. And you see, it's basically difference 10 minus 3, but it's a bit more precise because we are operating with rates. So use this formula instead of rather than the simple difference. So, and now we need to correct our calculations. So here we have the discounted cash flows, and we are now referring to nominal. We want to change it into a real discount rate, and we want to repeat that for all our calculations. And now you can see that with proper treating of the cash flows and rates, now our project becomes actually positive. So in case we make that mistake in the real world, that would cost us the investment opportunity, very nice investment opportunity, basically $600,000. So be careful with that. And now what I want to demonstrate you also is that these two options, either excluding inflation or including inflation, are exactly the same if we are dealing with very simple investment case. So let's see, nominal discount rate, let's say, would be 10%, and inflation would be, let's say, 5%, and so real discount rate would be, once again, repetition is a good thing, divided by 1 plus inflation and minus 1. Yes, 4.8, so close to the difference. And let's say our annual cash flows already calculated would be $100. And project timeline, let's say not big, just several years, just to show. And now real terms. Our cash flows, real constant terms, the value doesn't change over time. Here it is. Discounted cash flows. So our cash flow divided by 1 plus real discount rate, yes, and in the power of the period. Let me fix the row. Here it is, and the cumulative cash flow will be this one. Oh, and net present value would be 456 in this case. Now let's do exactly the same exercise but in nominal terms. So our cash flow would be in the first period 100, but in the second period it would be whatever we had in the first period and plus inflation, right? So this cash flow would increase over time, and let me see, now we are changing also discount rate to nominal. We have nominal cash flows and nominal rates. And what we can see now, that calculation, it actually provides exactly the same results in terms of discounted cash flows, whether we use everything in nominal or everything in real. So my first advice, be consistent in this homework and in your further investment valuation practices, if there are any. And second, in case you forget everything, remember that simple exercise. It took me just 2 minutes to repeat that. You can just build exactly the same model and check, yeah, okay, so constant cash flows should be with converted real discount rate, and then we get the same result as if we calculate everything in nominal terms. So check all your calculation, check the reasoning, check the adequacy of the results.